I'm Justine. I'm getting ready for a walk outside. First, I need my toque. My toque keeps my head warm. It's a little bit chilly today. I also like to wear a big scarf. This scarf is green. Today it is 16 degrees outside. It's a little bit cold. If it was about 10 degrees, I would wear this heavy sweater and maybe my hat if it was sunny. If it was 2 or 3 degrees, I would wear this coat, and if it was freezing, less than 0, I would wear my parka. Next, I like to open up Strava. It helps me keep track of how far I walk and which routes I take. Before I leave, I take a great big slurp of water. Then it's time to put on my shoes. I take off my wool slippers and I put on my leather boots. These boots come with me everywhere. I love them. Now I'm ready to walk. First, I have to walk past a few houses on my street in order to get to the trail. The first part of my walk is still pretty chilly. I'm cold, but I enjoy looking at all of the different colors of nature all around me as I walk. This birch tree is changing its leaves. The leaves are yellow and green. And there are other leaves that are red. I love looking at the plants that have red leaves. They are very beautiful. The trail that I walk on is called the Great Trail. It is part of a system of trails that goes all across Canada called the Trans-Canada Trail. Part of the trail is paved, but most of it is gravel. I like the part that is gravel. There's fewer people and more trees. I like looking at the green trees. Now I've been walking for about 1 kilometer and I'm finally starting to warm up. I'm not as cold after I've been walking. The first part of the trail is slightly uphill, so it helps my body warm up. Once I'm warmed up, I like to stop and enjoy nature and listen to the birds and enjoy the trees. These trees are called ponderosa pine trees. Along the trail, there are sometimes piles of rocks from previous people who have piled these rocks up to show them off. These rocks have very interesting markings on them. There's some different terrain on the trail that I use. There's some hills and rocks and areas where there's not as many trees, and some areas where there's more trees, where the trees are thicker. The trees grow closer together, so the forest is more thick. It's thicker. This is the part of the trail that I like best. Now I've been walking for about 2 kilometers and I'm hot. Time to take off my toque and time to take off my scarf. It helps my body feel a little bit cooler. I tie my scarf and my toque around my chest and keep on walking. This area has a little cliff and the rocks fall down onto the trail. Now it's time to turn around. Time to head back home. I like to look at the pine needles. My hand has a henna design, and the henna color red looks really nice with the green color on the needles. I like to look at them together. The pine trees drop pine cones. The pine cones are humongous. They're very big. This is what they look like when they're still on the tree. The ponderosa pine trees have very long needles, and they have these very large pine cones. They grow all summer and then drop. The pine cones from these trees drop and roll down this big hill, and they all fall into this ditch. This ditch is full of pine cones. There are so many pine cones from many, many years. The brown ones are fresh. These ones are from this year. But the gray ones are old. The gray ones are from last year or maybe the year before. The brown ones are fresh and the gray ones are old. This is a ponderosa pine needle. They grow in groups of 3, and every so often they fall off and turn brown. Almost home. Just keep walking. Here's another pile of rocks that's close to my house. Every day I walk by, there's a couple more rocks. So maybe today I will add my own. Meep. There it is. This part of the trail going home is now all downhill. It's paved and quite close to the highway, so it can be a little bit loud. But since it's downhill, I start getting a little bit cold again. It's a little bit chilly, so I'm going to put my toque back on and put my scarf back on. My scarf is made of silk. The silk is very soft and it helps to keep my neck warm. Now I'm nice and warm again. Here's the nice view as I'm walking towards my house. The river valley is so beautiful. Now I'm back at home and it's time to put my slippers back on. I take off my leather boots and I put my wool slippers back on my feet. I walked 5.6 kilometers and now I'm ready to rest.